Hello everyone. Today we are here with Steve Heacock and Christian Gaines to talk about the partnership between Spectrum Health and ArtPrize for sustainability in the community. Christian, why don't you tell us about what the Water Share program is?
Sure. We're very excited to be partnering with Spectrum Health this year. We'll be distributing 15,000 stickers. We'll be distributing them to our entire Education Days program. That's around 13,000 kids between kindergarten and high school. We'll be distributing them to our corporate sponsors and also to Spectrum Health employees as well as to visitors as they come and attend ArtPrize. The Spectrum Health Water Share sticker will allow people to be able to fill up their water bottles at around 30 different locations throughout ArtPrize during the 19 days of the event, thereby allowing people to stay hydrated and also preventing the waste that's usually associated with things like water bottles and things.
That's very exciting, and particularly the avoidance of all the plastics that we tend to use otherwise.
That's right.
So no, I think it's a great program. Delighted to be involved.
It is, and you know, it's part of kind of a just sort of a longer term goal with ArtPrize. It's a huge event. It attracts over 400,000 people over 19 days, and 400,000 people attract a lot of activity, a lot of waste, a lot of traffic, and I think we have kind of long-term goals to make the event CO2 neutral ultimately, to make it zero waste, and this is sort of a step in that kind of overall philosophy and in that progress.
And it's a good one. When you bring that army of art fans to downtown, it can create stress, and you'll see with a lot of events, the after effects. I do football tailgating. You go look at what that looks like after the fact, and the fact that ArtPrize can avoid that, in fact, help clean up downtown through the effort. It's noble. It's wonderful.
We really do. I mean, it's something that's very, very important to the organization overall. We definitely identified the need. The event, I hope, is only going to grow over the years, and whether it's compostable materials that the food trucks provide, bowls and plates and so on, whether it's the Spectrum Health Water Share program, whether it's other programs that we have, like the Metro passes that we distribute to encourage people to get into public transportation and not bring their cars downtown, whether it's providing a great opportunity for people to valet their bikes through the spoke fly programs so that people can bike around town, or whether it's through the Pantone Pathway program. We have over 10 miles of pathways that people can move around the city and enjoy the art and the venues.
And we're appropriately focused on ArtPrize, but of course those benefits, the spoke fly in the past, it's there all the time.
It is there all the
People
time.
are using it much more.
Yeah.
It's an incredible benefit. The spoke fly is fantastic.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Well, it's an easier way to get home from the bar.
Exactly.
The Spectrum is keenly interested in the Water Share program, and for a couple of reasons. I mean, one is the environmental impact. We're very, very attuned to sustainability, being not only fiscally responsible, but connecting environmental health with healthcare, with the improvement of health in the community. But it's also about hydration. To encourage people to drink water for an event like that is very important, and this will do that. I didn't tell you, 15,000 stickers won't do it for Spectrum because we have 21,000
employees. Yeah, no, that's true.
It's a big place, growing as we sit here, and an important, obviously, asset to the community.
It's true. I mean, I think it's true. I think one of the things that ArtPrize can do, and obviously Spectrum Health, is just to sort of promote healthy lifestyles. And I think that's one of the great aspects of ArtPrize, is that it's as much about discovering great art and artists as it is about discovering or rediscovering your own city by just moving around it and looking around the next corner, walking over the next bridge, and kind of reacting to the things that you see around you. In the process, you're outside, you're enjoying the fresh air, you're burning calories, and you're staying hydrated.
That's right. It also takes advantage of what's the natural amenities in this community. And one of those, and it's not spoken about this way, but it's the nature of the people. The truth is, this is a friendly place. Well, when you put all these people together and give them something to talk about, they're going to talk. And strangers in our meetings, it's just a magical thing to watch, and I just love to watch it happen. Well, so you say, well, what does that have to do with Spectrum Health? Where does it go? Well, the truth is, one of our differentiators from other academic medical centers, other centers that do the kind of subspecialty work we do, is that our people are friendly. Nurses are kinder. People in the hallway are better to people, and so people travel from other states, other regions to come here, frankly, for that benefit, because they get the same technical expertise, but they get that Grand Rapids, that West Michigan kind of kindness, you know. And I see it all the time in ArtPrize. I'm always amazed at how the interaction between strangers over some piece or over some place. It's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head there. I'm a recent transplant, and you know, one of the things.
You can't claim that for many more years.
No, I can't. I say recent transplant, and it's true. And I'm struck by that comment because I find that, you know, again and again, I'm struck by the kindness and just the encouragement of the people who make West Michigan their home, and I'm excited about that. And it's true. I mean, strangers are meeting, and a million different conversations are happening about what art is and why it matters. And you know, we always talk about the kind of the two extremes of kind of like the populace or the popular approach to art and kind of the professional approach to art, and it's where those two kind of converge, where the tension kind of happens, and where all the interesting conversations kind of happen. And we love that idea at ArtPrize, and that's part of the idea behind the parallel award structure, where we have, you know, half of the $500,000 that we awarded by a public vote, an open public vote, and half of it awarded by expert juries. And part of the magic of that is the conversations that occur.
Yeah, I agree. It's fair to say. The other connection for Spectrum Health is the innovation creativity, and that I was talking to a retiring surgeon the other day. He's in his early 70s, I think, and he said the last time he did surgery, so he's been doing this now for 40, 50 years, and in his last surgery he tried something new. Because he always, there's always some way to improve what you're doing and where you're going, and that's certainly true in the art world. And it's people taking their imagination and somehow conveying that to others through their art. It's also true in healthcare. I mean, there's this huge kind of, you know, when it gets down to it, every case is individual. When it gets down to it, everything is an intellectual challenge that needs to be overcome to help benefit that patient. And so we connect there too, and we really try hard to encourage our folks to be thinking about how can the process they do be better, how can the device be better, how can it move forward. And so there's a real connection there too, and I just love that framing.
Yeah, and that's a good point. It's true, we often say that, you know, the next most important word after art at ArtPrize is technology. And it is very true. Technology is not an afterthought at ArtPrize. Technology is baked into the entire process. ArtPrize couldn't happen without the technology around the profile and connections process that artists and venues undertake throughout the year. It couldn't happen without the features and functionality of our smartphone apps, voting at its centerpiece, but also lots of wayfinding functionality around finding venues and figuring out what events to go to, and year over year that stuff gets kind of ever more powerful and sophisticated, and we love that. You know, we just think it's fun, and it's fun because it's not an afterthought, because it's an integral part of the program, and I think that's what you're saying as well about healthcare.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And the constant improvement, which is also what you're known for. I mean, the truth is, there's always some tweaking. There's always something going on. Yeah.
Yes, we are tinkering.
Yes, yeah. And I think that's exactly right. Yeah. And it's consistent with the nature of the event itself and the nature of the people that are involved.
It gives us a freedom. You know, that the uniqueness of ArtPrize is its blessing and its bane. You know, it can be a challenge sometimes, because people say, like, what is it? And you have to really explain what it is, and you can get into the weeds with that sometimes. But it's a blessing, because once people kind of understand what it is, they realize how different it is, how radically different it is, and how these principles of radical openness, of a public vote, of independent organization between artists and venues, there's really nothing like that in the world. And I don't know if you know this, but ArtPrize just got named by kind of an arts trade newspaper. It's called the Art Newspaper. It got named the #1 most trafficked, most highly attended public art event in the world.
That's very cool. Congratulations.
In 2000,
I didn't hear that.
yeah. So it beats out events in St. Petersburg and Florence and New York and Seoul. So here in Grand Rapids. So we're very pleased with that idea. So we definitely galvanized the population and provided kind of a catalyst, as you were saying, for conversation, which we're very excited about.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much, Christian.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the partnership.
Yeah, we appreciate it too. Thanks for being here.